And it looks like Bly is ready. We're here. We're ready to go. Bringing you more StarCraft action on IMBA TV. Alright everybody, welcome to IMBA TV where everything is imbalanced. I'm MC Dustin, with me is Jim Rayner. We're bringing you the semifinals of the EU CraftCup Light number 36. We've got UniQ versus AI Bly, a ZVZ going down on Metalopolis, and they did spawn in the closest rush distance. So why don't you take it from there, Jim?
Well, I think we might be able to catch game 2 of the other semifinal.
We'll see. Yeah.
Now, spawning as orange Zerg is Bly from the Alien Invasion team. Spawning as red Zerg on the right side of Metalopolis, UniQ. Both of these players have gone a long way in previous CraftCup events, so it's no surprise to see them here in the semifinals. Spawning in the closest possible rush distances to each other, both players are sending overlords into the closest possible air rush distance, and both of these players will simultaneously discover their opponents aren't there. It'll be fascinating to see how that affects their build order.
And here we go, we got the two drones high-fiving in the middle of the map.
They now know where they are,
That's right.
So here we go. Now where the rumble begins. We're noticing as well, it looks like Bly has got the BlizzCon logos on his
yeah, he does. Deck. That's right.
Yeah, you can't normally get them. Or is it BlizzCon, or is that from the collector's edition of StarCraft?
I think it could be BlizzCon. I don't know. You know, we'll look into it after this. Let's go ahead and talk about the game a little more. Decal's not so important.
Yeah, Extractor going down for Bly. UniQ has not put down his Extractor. Is UniQ going to try to expand again early?
And it looks like Bly is going to contest UniQ's expansion.
As he did in Game 1.
That's right.
And I'll tell you, with them being this close to each other, and you know, UniQ knows that Bly is very close. Bly is going to probably lose this drone. Let's see. Really nice.
Saves the drone's life and everything. Great play.
Drone dancing with the stars here with Bly.
That's right.
Now, the spawning pool for Bly is about halfway completed. He's mining three drones off of his Extractor. UniQ's spawning pool is still about 45 seconds away. So again, it looks like UniQ will have to put up a spine crawler as a form of defense, because you have no doubt Bly is going to take a run at him. And no Extractor yet by UniQ, which is probably a good move.
Especially with the expansion, for sure.
Yeah, Overlord positioning by these players will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what the Queens do about these Overlords as well. UniQ is yet to begin building a Queen. Bly, on the other hand, he has a Queen that's about halfway completed. The Zergling speed upgrade is completed, and yet Bly continues to mine from his refinery and from his Extractor, and also a Baneling nest is down.
That's
so
right.
Bly is going to go. Yeah, Bly's probably going to go for Banelings a little earlier than he did so in Game 1.
Way earlier. We did see that he went for Roaches right after his spawning pool in Game 1, and now we're seeing the Banelings, and we do see that spine crawler with more and more lings to mount some kind of defense here for this expansion.
And at this point, both players have 15 worker units, and UniQ's got. And there are the Banelings. 4 Banelings, 5 Banelings, 5 Zerglings for Bly, 14 Zerglings for UniQ. UniQ does have 2 Queens now out. So
here comes some Banelings.
Here we go. This might be the game right here. Let's see. Oh, nice.
Yeah, definitely moving those lings around. Are they going to be able to get away from those Banelings? Oh no! He lost half of them in that fray, but he was able to keep some, and that Spinecrawler's still alive. There's another Spinecrawler on the way as well, as an expansion by Bly.
And a second and a third Spinecrawler. The third Spinecrawler is probably going to go down. It does. 2 Banelings are all that's left.
Oh,
And
man.
I'll tell you what, you know, we call Imbalance TV total nonstop action, but when you're in a Zerg mirror and you're this close to your opponent, there's total nonstop action in this type of game. So now we notice both players are kind of backed off. Both players are droning up to a certain extent. They're up to, for example, UniQ is up to 23 drones, Bly is up to 19 drones, Roach Warren and a Spine Crawler for UniQ. Speed Zergling's obviously finished. Now both players are only mining from one extractor each. And when it comes to gas count, Bly has got 250 gas. I think Bly's going to build like...
He's got Roach Warren up. He's just going to pump
build
out so many.
I think he's going to build a dozen roaches. On the other hand, UniQ's only got about 100 gas, so be interesting to see how they handle that. This time, however, UniQ does have 26 drones versus the 19 drones of Bly. And with all these spine crawlers, basically we're going to see a spine crawler and all the queens. I guess the queens are there to inject the spine crawlers. He's waiting for it. I think he's
for transfusion.
Well, he's waiting for a roach push, and I think he's going to inject these spine crawlers when the roaches go to town on them. Now, of course, Bly can't make any upgrades with his banelings or roaches because he still doesn't have a lair, nor does UniQ. And here we go. I mean, when it's this tightly competitive, one misclick can mean the game.
For sure.
And UniQ sits at 3 queens, Bly sits at 2. So the upside of UniQ's economy is higher.
And you know, Jim, when the queens use transfusion, it's a little confusing if you say they inject the transfusion, because you inject larvae into hatcheries. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
All right.
Now, these banelings do not have speed.
That's right.
So it's going to be tough for the banelings. All the roaches are going to absorb the baneling power, no problem. I'm surprised he threw the banelings into those roaches, folks.
Transfusion goes down on a bunch of those roaches, and it looks like UniQ's going to be able to push back Bly so far.
Absolutely. Bly wasted all of those banelings right into those roaches, and they got devoured. And now the hunted has become the hunter. They're moving slow, but no speed on the roaches, no speed on the banelings, so it's slow motion attacks here. And finally, UniQ is getting a lair. He just started now. You know, UniQ does have 17 roaches. Bly only has 7, so I think if UniQ pushes out, he might like what he sees, because the banelings are not exactly a hard counter to roaches. So I don't know. I think UniQ's going to put Bly in a really tough position here. Look at all these roaches just going to town. And the roach count is now in favor of UniQ, but they're not all in Bly's base. And it looks like Bly is going to successfully hold off this push.
Yeah, that's what it looks like for sure.
It was very, very close, though, at one point. The roaches having no speed, though, it made it impossible for UniQ to reinforce his army. And nice surround. So Bly does a nice job of cleaning up the mess. And now we're seeing a second and third, and well, there's not
fourth,
actually
fourth.
That's third and fourth.
Yep.
On the other hand, Bly on the other hand is
just the one extractor finally getting the second.
And finally also getting, he just started his lair as well. So UniQ is really, he's at a tech advantage. UniQ also has 6 more harvester units than Bly. And UniQ also has 3 queens, which can allow for all kinds of economic advantages. The unit count for Bly is 59. The unit count for UniQ is 88. So and it's really hard to expand in this map.
That's especially with these. Well, I mean, it's not normally, but with these two spawning locations being at the closest, it is definitely. And the best way to expand for them would be to ninja expand.
I think UniQ feels like he's got the game because now he's running his Zerglings all over. You know what I mean?
And so is Bly, though. Checking for those ninja expansions.
Yep.
And Roach speed is being researched by both the players, but we do see Roach attack upgrade being researched right now, level 1 by, or I mean, well, I guess ranged attack upgrade anyway, by UniQ. And
a third hatchery for UniQ as well in his main base. So I don't know. All the signs to me point to the fact that UniQ is reinforcing himself to try to win the game.
And if we look at the unit counting station, we do see that UniQ is sitting on 51 drones compared to the, drones compared to the 40 that Bly has.
And that advantage, which has been happening all game, UniQ's had a small advantage. See, Bly is now going to scout. This is nice scouting by Bly. It's good that he's going to find out what UniQ is up to with this Overseer. I just don't know what he's going to be able to do about it. And that +1 attack is just about to be completed, and now UniQ is on the hunt with a timing attack. Just as these roaches go +1, they're going to be right in Bly's base.
And look at this expansion going down by UniQ as well. And here come the roaches. Bile on bile action here.
One's at +1. The UniQ roaches are at +1 attack.
And GG is called. Bly does not get the point. UniQ takes the point. We're going into a third game. This is a best of 3, so this will be the game to decide what happens to these two players.
Urban warfare, folks. So that was a tight, nasty game where the